lots of guts.
Oh man, that was actually good, but it's also really, really bad.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, I think it's about time that we continue the Bond series today. The next one in the franchise, which is going to be On Her Majesty's Service, came out in 1969, as far as I'm aware. And what I know is that it's going to be a different James Bond. As to why, I have no clue. Maybe there's a story where, you know, Sean Connery wanted a break, or he didn't want to come back, or they just thought that it was too popular in the 60s to, leave it hanging at 5 movies, because it seemed like everything kind of wrapped up with it, to be honest. We saw number one's face. A little bit underwhelming, if you ask me, but hey, for the villain. So that's just kind of my take. And what I remember is that I really liked the fifth film. It's been a couple months since I've sat down and watched the fifth one. So the last title that I remember is Thunderball, but Thunderball was movie 4. But I'm kind of interested in to see if they explain why it's not Sean Connery, or if they do that at all, or we're just going to accept that this is, the new Bond going forward. I have no idea if Sean Connery is going to return. I think he might, but I have no idea because he's still alive and kicking at this point in time. So who knows if he'll return. Well, you guys do, because you guys have seen the film, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. To be honest, is I'm just in the mood to watch James Bond again and actually watch a movie. So we're going to get right into On Her Majesty's Service, and we'll go from there. But I'm going to start with this, where we're moving forward with a new actor. So let's see how good of a job he does. Let's see if any of the previous actors return, even though we don't have the main protagonist being Sean Connery. So, yeah, let's just get into On Her Majesty's Service. Scary tiger, or lion. United Artists. We like United Artists. Okay, so we're starting out with circles. Kind of like what we had before. Same intro, so that hasn't changed.
I've been saying for years, sir, our special equipment is obsolete, and now computer analysis reveals an entirely new approach: miniaturization.
What we want is location fix on 007. Number 10's making ugly noises about Operation Bedlam.
Number 10.
Well, replies to our Cairo, Amsterdam, and Madrid inquiries, all negative, sir.
Moneypenny. So the original actors have returned, Mr. M and Moneypenny. They've set this up. We have a new number 1, maybe? Or they're filming it like number 1, where we don't see his face, his entire face, like number 1, or Wilson. And I'm talking too much already, but I'm already engaged. That's smart, to actually use the scope like that. Never would have thought to use it as like an spyglass. That's kind of an interesting choice right there. And not have it fully cover the screen.
Good morning. My name's Bond. James Bond.
Don't move, Mr. Bond. Put your hands behind your head. Move!
Changing it from the yellow band to the white band. I'm just saying that because Goldfinger had guys dressed more like a Fallout characters than anything else.
Lie down.
Goldfinger came up first. There we go. We finally finished him off. That's not gonna hold him for very long.
This never happened to the other fella.
What do you mean by that? The original James Bond? I was wondering if we would actually get an explanation of why Sean Connery is not in this one. Probably gonna have to mute this, but I kind of do like that we're getting the same kind of intro that we got for the other 5. So far, everything's exactly the same. Oh, Honey Rider. Is she back? I don't know how she could be back. I guess she possibly could be. Forgetting which one's actually died versus which one hasn't died. They're acknowledging the other films that came before, so this should be interesting. Kind of like this hourglass thing that they got going on.
That red cougar outside, does it belong to a lady?
Yes, sir. Contessa Teresa di Vicenzo.
This'll do. This'll do me nicely.
I'm sure we can look after your special needs.
I'm sure you can. Thank you.
That was kind of cool.
Pleasure.
Oh, we haven't seen him at the poker table since the first film.
Banco.
Bingo de Boo. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't speak the language, so I have no idea, but that just sounded kind of fun to say.
Car.
Neuf.
Dame can't pay up.
Madame, I've forgotten we agreed to be partners this evening. Please continue.
And what would grant such charity? Mr. Bond? I think I know.
Tracy?
That's some good reflexes right there. He gets whacked in the back of the head and throws a chair. I just really like that lamp that broke into a million pieces. Oh, she's there.
You're full of surprises, Contessa.
Suppose I were to kill you for a thrill.
I can think of something more sociable to do. Let's stop playing games. Who was that man in your room?
You're hurting me.
I thought that was the idea tonight. Now, who was he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought that was the idea tonight. That was kind of funny. We covered quickly.
What else do you know?
A little about women.
Think about me.
as the woman you've just bought.
Look, you don't owe me a thing.
I want the dialogue to be a bit odd right now.
The only thing you need know about me is that I pay my debts.
20,000 francs is a lot of money.
Seems like they're talking in riddles. I don't quite understand why that is, but the dialogue just seems kind of weird to me a little bit, or a little bit off somehow.
Paid in full as well.
You've lost something.
Really?
We'll give it to you outside. You have an appointment.
Business or pleasure? I think we'd all enjoy it more without that.
At least they got the lines down to think that James Bond would actually say the OG, if you will. I'm just not sure about the delivery yet. I love that he did that on purpose.
Master!
I love that shot right there.
I'm Draco of Draco Construction.
I like that shot too. That was awesome. Love the rack focus right there.
My apologies for the way you were brought here today.
There's always something formal about the point of a pistol.
Isn't that the truth?
Salute.
Cheers.
Whenever I hear that word, salute, I think of Ezio.
I am also Teresa's father.
My only child.
My mother was an English girl. She found me in the mountains, hiding from the police at the time. I came to love this girl. We married. The result, Teresa. I sent Teresa to Switzerland.
No thanks, I prefer my own.
To finish her education. Unfortunately, I didn't give her a proper home. She was without supervision, so she joined the fast international set when I disapproved, cut off her allowance. She committed some greater folly. I've been informed of everything you've done for my daughter.
Everything?
Don't worry about that.
I find her fascinating, but she needs a psychiatrist, not me.
What she needs is a man to dominate her, to make love to her enough to make her love him.
It's not like he's asking you to marry her.
On the day you marry her,
Now he is.
personal dowry of £1 million.
James Bond is not the type to marry.
Where is Ernst Stavro Blofeld?
I don't know where he is.
Can you find out?
If I could, I wouldn't tell Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Drop of the movie right there. Name of the movie.
Tell my future son-in-law.
Let's say I'll sleep on the idea.
Oh, we're gonna sleep with her in the meantime.
Heartless brute, letting me pine away without even a postcard.
Pine no more. Cocktails at my place. 80s, just the two of us.
If only I could trust myself.
I'm relieving you from Operation Bedlam, 007.
But, sir, Blofeld's something of a must with me.
You've had 2 years to run him down.
Does this mean you've lost confidence in me?
I'm well aware of your talents, 007. The license to kill is useless.
So they just pulled him from the assignment, apparently. And he was just getting things going.
I have the honor to request you will accept my resignation, effective forthwith.
Resignation from what?
Her Majesty's Secret Service. And kindly present us that monument in there.
Yeah, wow. I think he could come up with a better line than that, but that was good too. So he's been pulled out the job. He resigns from Her Majesty's Secret Service. What is he going to do? Does he actually have an office? The first song is playing. The movie Mango Tree song.
Request granted.
2 weeks leave.
Well, you didn't really want to resign, did you?
Moneypenny, what will I do without you?
My problem is that you never do anything with me.
That
Oh, just someplace to laze about.
is very true.
Each coming.
That's the first time he's ever kissed her too.
Mr. Bond and I have already met.
But each time is a renewed pleasure. Madame always makes one feel so welcome.
She likes you, I can see it.
You must give me the name of your oculist.
Yeah, because each look was just like, what did you just say?
Whatever he may arrange, I know it's for your happiness.
What has Papa arranged?
He was asking for that bull to basically take him down a peg.
You always taught me that a good host supplies his guests' needs.
Uh-huh.
And without obligation. Tell him, Papa, or you'll never see me again.
There may be a connection between that man Blofeld and a lawyer named Gumboldt.
Now, Mr. Bond need have no further interest in me.
Another mistake. I was always taught that mistakes should be remedied, especially between friends. Or lovers.
There you go. That's what I thought. Very popular song back then.
I will be back in an hour.
What is he doing? And the reason why I haven't said anything is because I don't know what he's doing at all. That was cool, even though we're gonna see what's inside here. Didn't he use another device in like Thunderball or something?
Such things should be left to a girl's father, who knows what is best for her.
But what could be better than being in love?
Mr. Bond is in love with you?
Oh, it's
That may come too. Someday.
hopefully there's no mess ups this time. Why do I feel like that's a signal?
Came across a letter from the Bruder Gumboldt, solicitors in Switzerland, to a certain Count Balthazar de Beauchamp.
You've been relieved from Operation Bedlam 007, do you remember?
I assumed you'd reassign me, sir.
Yeah.
With the request that they undertake to establish de Beauchamp's claim to the title. And Sir Hilary Bray, he's the sable basilisk of the college, has replied to Gumboldt suggesting that he should meet de Beauchamp in person. Now, I've already taken the liberty, sir, of working with the college on this, using an examination of my own family tree as cover. I've also been reading up on the technical side of heraldry, so that should he consent to a meeting, I could act as a representative of the college.
Arms of Sir Thomas Bond, Baronet of Peckham, died 1734. Argent on a chevron sable. 3 besants. Good motto, eh? The world is not enough.
I really like the drawing and the art, basically the design.
Gumbold's telephoned from Bern to say that his client has consented to see me.
You mean me?
Yes, you.
Where do I go for this meeting?
They're being a bit canny about that. They want me to send a description of myself. Oh, one helpful physical point might be that the real de Beauchamps are without earlobes.
That's kind of odd, but it does work in the favor, I guess. Have no earlobes. Then again, some people have earlobes, some people don't have earlobes, so.
I'm Fräulein Irma Bund, personal secretary to the Count. Like the box and the rug, yes? You are comfortable?
Yes, indeed, Fräulein. Your kindness is quite overwhelming.
Good. So we are halfway. Now we will have a little flight. Now up into the Alps. That is avalanche damage.
And we think that that's going to be foreshadowed in the movie. At some point, there's going to be an avalanche that he probably causes, or the bad guys cause, or just out of natural disaster. They got some really good shots, though. That is absolutely beautiful.
Up to there is for the public, and from here upwards, it is strictly private. There is the Blanchard Institute for Allergy Research.
What kind of allergies?
All of them, like the hay fever, or the sickness caused by the oysters, or inability to eat meat. The Count is the great specialist in this field.
Fräulein, I should warn you, guns make me very nervous.
They are to keep away the spies from the chemical companies. Many times already they have tried to steal our discoveries.
Yes, we live in a world of avarice and deceit.
The Blanchard Institute is not for profit, Sir Hilary. The Count does his work for the sake of mankind.
Number one. Or who is the new number one now?
If you wish anything for your comfort, you must ring this, and the attendant will come. You must also ring for him to open the door when you wish to leave.
When can I see him? We have a great deal to discuss.
He will send for you, Sir Hilary, when he's ready. Meanwhile, I should very much like for you to join me in the Alpine room before dinner.
Gotta imagine that was very hot for him to put his hands on. The troll? That's kind of cool. What are you wearing? And everyone else is kind of in modern clothes.
This is Sir Hilary Bray, Baronet. How do you do? He's a famous genealogist. You will have a drink, yes?
Please, come and sit down. What is a baronet?
It's a kind of inferior sort of baron.
Oh, how disappointing.
You gave a very accurate description.
Yeah, it's like the first level of a title or nobility.
Genealogy is all about ancestors and families.
Yep.
Come, it's time for dinner.
Okay. So why are there no other men besides Bond here?
I used to hate chicken. It used to make me break out, but all over. You'd be surprised where.
The way she took a bite of that chicken.
I brought a book on the subject with me. There's a picture of my own coat of arms, actually.
I'm in room.
No. He will give the book to me. I will pass it to everyone in turn.
May all your allergies be swiftly cured.
I was born without earlobes, a well-known congenital distinction of Beauchamp ancestry, like the Habsburg lip or the hawk nose of the Medicis.
I know those two.
I have assembled all the relevant documents, title deeds, certificates of birth and death. They'll be sent to your room for authentication. I've devised a cure for allergies, which depends on holding an unusual and rather delicate psychological balance. The cure is not entirely psychological, Sir Hilary. There are special vaccines to be prepared. Vaccines which must be modified to suit each individual case. But I'm determined that my title shall be recognized. In any event, you may proceed with your preliminary research.
So that's what she was writing on. And I thought she was doing a little bit of foreplay. How did that work?
I brought you the book. That lipstick was an inspiration. So are you. How did you get here?
Do we have to talk about that now?
I guess not.
It's true!
What's true?
My family's got a chicken farm, and every time I had to do something on it, I nearly died. Oh, bother. No, Hilly. It's part of the cure.
What do you mean it's part of the cure?
Do you remember when you first came here, how you hated chickens? For I have shown you how foolish it was. And your cure is nearly done. I must teach you how to give them special care. I will tell you what to do.
Ruby.
I will tell you when. I will tell you how.
Kind of a strange technique, but it could actually work. Kind of like hypnosis in a way, I think.
Hilly, you old devil.
It is me, yes?
Quite undeniably, yes.
Quite undeniably.
How did you get out?
With a fingernail fight. I think you do not like girls, Hilly.
Usually I don't, but you're not usual. Coming here like this was an inspiration, and so are you.
Same line as he used on the other one.
I don't even know your name.
I tell you all about myself later. In the morning.
In the morning. I've seen this. I don't know what it's called, but I've seen the game played or sport played. I forget what it's called.
We're leaving very soon, Hilly. I must see.
8 o'clock tonight.
And the man was alone.
Since when has climbing a mountain been a criminal offense? Entitled these goons to start shooting at me? Who the hell are you anyway?
I am the director of this institute. You'll be sent down by cable car, and you will refrain from troubling us again.
I must see you tonight.
9 o'clock? 10. Well, back to work. You've no idea how it's piling up. Ruby, it's me. Fancy meeting you here, Fraulein.
That is very weird. Cool fact, but still very weird and kind of trippy.
It takes more than a few props to turn 007 into a herald.
It'd take more than cutting off your earlobes, Blofeld, to turn you into a count.
I may yet surprise you. Such a keen climber, such a brilliant conversationalist. Before he left us.
Allergy vaccine? Bacteriological warfare.
With a difference. Our great breakthrough since last summer has been the confection of a certain Vitus Omega.
Infertility.
Total infertility in plants and animals. Not just disease in a few herds, Mr. Bond, or the loss of a single crop, but the destruction of a whole strain, forever, throughout an entire continent. If my demands are not met, I shall proceed with the systematic extinction of whole species of cereals and livestock all over the world.
Including, I suppose, the human race. They'll find an antidote.
Of course.
Yep, do.
I have been training my own special angels of death.
Those girls. But exactly how?
No, you're gonna tell him
That
how.
will remain my secret.
They're smart.
I will keep you here as my guest. You'll be very useful in helping to convince the authorities that I mean what I say. And I'll do what I claim.
That's actually very true.
A little therapy to soothe your restless nature. You perverse British, how you love your exercise. Every year, dozens of amateur climbers, they wind up in the same predicament. A kind of waxwork show for morbid tourists.
Really, I mean, what was your plan? What options did you think you had?
it is a treat for the going away party. You're very good health, my dears.
Cheers. Cheers.
It has been so nice to cure you.
The actual technique used. Uh-oh.
And now you're going on a journey home. But first you must rest for a while. Rest. Rest. Rest.
I really liked that. The way they shot that. I mean, you gotta time this correctly. I think he did it the more complicated way, but that's just me.
You may use anything but the atomizer, which you must never touch. Never. Until I tell you how and where to use it.
Yeah, I think the atomizers are something akin to the Men in Black thing that they used to wipe their memories.
Midnight at exactly 12 o'clock. You must be alone. So that you can switch on that receiver and listen for my voice. I'll tell you what to do. I will tell you when. And I will tell you how.
I think he's getting very lucky, though.
Merry Christmas. Maybe you should have been gift wrapped.
Maybe he should get trapped.
Engländer ist abgehauen!
That is honestly kind of cool.
Der Engländer ist verschwunden.
They're skiing down the mountain while they're shooting. That's awesome. What's his plan here? All the students probably gonna cause an avalanche.
Flare.
He's making for the village.
All right, we'll head him off at the precipice.
Okay. I gotta say, when they talked, it seemed like they were against the background. It didn't actually seem like they were actually filming on location. For whatever reason, it didn't look like they were actually still there on location. Although I'm kind of curious how they shot some of the scenes, and when they do close-ups, it makes me think that they're not actually there. Oh, he's dead. And now he is dead for certain too. Yeah, that spooked me just a little bit better.
James.
There's people after me. Let's get out of here. Maybe he didn't see me.
I wouldn't go back on that.
I wouldn't back on that.
Where are we heading?
Nearest post office to contact London.
I know Feldkirch. Why are they looking for you?
Suspect they're trying to kill me.
Well, that much is obvious. And that much she can gather for herself.
No sign of him yet.
Or of someone saying thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. You've got sharp eyes and beautiful
Yeah.
earlobes.
I keep going back and forth if she's been in another James Bond film or not. For some reason. The voice sounds very, very similar. James! I like how she delivered that. It's too bad they're not in like a spy car. Wow, that was mighty, mighty dumb.
Turn left. That crowd might discourage them.
So much for that theory.
Looks like we've hit the rush hour.
This is not a time for bad one-liners.
Keep straight.
We can get out there.
Yes, after the card explodes magically, just by tipping it over. Did she get out in time? For something to explode that quickly, I don't think she would be able to get out in time. Well, you got bigger problems now.
If only I'd got through to London.
At least you get another chance.
But when?
In the meantime, you have her to keep you company.
I'm thinking about us.
Are you now?
And he shouldn't be concerned with anything but himself.
I understand.
I know I'll never find another girl like you. Will you marry me?
You mean it?
I mean it.
I don't think he would say that, but... Okay.
The proper time for this is our wedding night. And that's my New Year's resolution.
Whatever you say, darling.
And that is yours. Good night, Tracy.
I wonder why you did that. I would actually want to be right next to you.
It's
There
not
you
New
go.
Year yet.
There we go. That's what I wanted them to be, cuddled up next to each other. They're long gone. They left that first flight.
Jane! Keep going!
That would be a bad time for an avalanche. My question is, how did they find them so quickly? Well, he's dead.
He had lots of guts.
Oh man, that was actually good, but it's also really, really bad.
And that's what starts the avalanche. I don't know what the best scenario is to do in an avalanche, actually. Because I know you can survive an avalanche, I'm just not sure what the best practice is if you're actually caught in one is to do. But I know people can and have survived it. But also a lot of people have died too from an avalanche.
Get the girl.
An add her to the collection as far as turning into, what do you say, like Charlie's Angels or something. Whatever his name is. Now he's gonna have to save her.
Going to buy Blofeld off.
And the price?
Amnesty. A full pardon for all past crimes. Official recognition of his title.
When will they conclude the deal?
Blofeld wants to know of the council's decision, not later than midnight the day after tomorrow.
Destroy the Institute and destroy Blofeld and his virus with it.
It's been rejected as too risky.
If we destroy the center of communication that controls those girls, without Blofeld's voice, those girls can do nothing. And the girl who helped me escape, we just leave her there.
This department is not concerned with your personal problems.
This department owes her a debt. She saved my life.
Operation Bedlam is dead.
I'd like to interest you in a demolition deal that requires certain aerial activity to install equipment.
So he's gonna go against the organization to try and save her as well. But he also made a personal call.
I shall be able to offer you anything your heart could wish for.
Paid for with how many lives?
Oh, come now, Tracy. Don't be so proud. Your own father's profession is not entirely within the law. Now, if you're very, very nice to me, I could make you my countess.
But I'm already a countess.
Whereas if you displease me, I can promise you a very different estate.
Leading Red Cross helicopter flight, carrying Red Cross medical supplies to Italy. I told you, this is a mercy flight, carrying blood plasma and emergency equipment.
Blood plasma.
Sounded like a little bit of Dracula there. Little bit of blood plasma.
I think we're being followed.
I've been thinking about your proposition. Please, tell me more.
Check with Red Cross in Geneva. Meanwhile, call off your Air Force, which is making my passengers sick.
Foxtrot Golf Sierra, you are carrying passengers?
Of course I am. Distinguished representatives of the world press.
Interesting play. That's a beautiful shot. I'm surprised they're getting as close as they're getting. Because they seem a lot further away to be throwing grenades and smoke.
Look to the girl!
I like the sound effect and I like her movements there. There we go. Kick in the music, the James Bond music. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Ow. That must have hurt. Wouldn't kill him though, but it must hurt.
Tracy! Darling.
Thank God, Therese. Get the circuit set up now. Let's go.
Why? Why would you need a flamethrower? That was cool. Acid. The map of the entire world.
Set to blow.
The fuse is set for exactly 5 minutes and 10 seconds time. The whole place will be sealed off forever.
Will that give the Englishman time to get out?
He knows the schedule.
He knows the schedule.
You'll have to! Spare the rod and spoil the child, huh?
Well, that was a lot sooner than 5 minutes. Well, I thought it was just one piece of it. Some bobsled action. Yeah, because I was really gonna help, yeah. I tossed him the gun. Where did that come from? I'll put Ray were awfully stupid to do that. There we go. Ooh!
He's branched off.
Just the way that looked, the initial look that was actually pretty cool.
Your Royal Highnesses, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. James Bond.
He actually got married? He actually got married. I don't believe it.
Meet the man who cost me 3 of my best operatives.
Yes, November 64, the bullion job. You got away with quite a chunk of the haul.
Don't forget, if there's anything you ever need...
Thank you, Q, but this time I've got the gadgets. I know how to use them.
Yeah, I've got, it took me a second. I've got the gadgets. This time I know how to use them.
Prices far above rubies, or even your £1 million.
Both of you, or maybe all of you. Happy, my darling.
Yeah, that's Miss Moneypenny.
On your way. Au revoir. Drive carefully.
You know I haven't given you a wedding present yet?
I had an idea about that. 3 girls, 3 boys. Pleased?
Not bad for a start.
Anyway, you have given me a wedding present. The best I could have. The future.
Oh, that is sweet.
He loves me.
Instinctively.
Infuriatingly.
Intensely.
Indubitably?
Indubitably.
Hey, I got one right. Oh, I thought they died. Apparently not. They killed her.
It's quite all right, really. She's having a rest.
Yeah, they kind of last forever.
There's no hurry, you see. We have all the time in the world.
It's okay, man. Let it out. Let it out. That's the end of the movie. I honestly, I really don't know what to tell you guys. Diamond Forever. Wow. I did not see that coming. I thought they died in the avalanche. Well, guys, that was James Bond, and gotta say it was very interesting. The more and more I thought about it, the more and more that times that I watched it after watching it for the first time and just editing it and putting it together, just very interesting. I feel like for this James Bond, on Her Majesty's Secret Service here, that they really did spend a lot of time building up the relationship between Tracy and James Bond. There were a couple, and that was, all good and that sort of thing, because I've done that before where they'll build it up. But I feel like this had a little bit more built up on the romance than anything else in this film. I feel like it was quick, but it also wasn't quick at the same time. Like, they spent a huge amount of their focus on it, and that took up the majority of the movie, versus actually, with the bad guy and, well, in this case, Blofeld and what he had planned and stuff. Really liked the, the premise and what the bad guy was trying to do about, that he was going to essentially have a virus where it makes people, animals, infertile. Interesting concept, and seen it before and other stuff, but I would have just liked to see more of the Dodgers plan and more of how he would have executed it and stuff like that. As far as, actually doing a partial, a mini tests to see if it would actually work and stuff like that. Because I'm kind of interested in that type of stuff when stuff like this does happen. Like, you know, just I guess you could say biological warfare or chemical warfare and stuff like that, where just kind of want to see how that would work. I get the sense because I did say it in the movie about Charlie's Angels and stuff like that. Although these are going to be angels of death, that sort of thing. It kind of reminds me of the sirens or something like that from like Greek mythology or something. Um, I'm not sure if the sirens are evil or anything, but it just kind of reminded me of that, or pulling from my own, um, kind of pulling me from my own experiences and stuff like that back in the past there. Um, but yeah, really heavy on the romance side of things. For this one, more focus on that than the actual bad guy. And I I really gotta say that I like Tracy, but I think I like Domino more. Now I think Tracy, is a match for Ron, at least intellectually. But I think I like Domino more. Out of the now 6 films of James Bond that I've seen, just as a personal preference. Uh, Still like Honey Rider a lot, though. Um, the That brings me to kind of the other point of this is why um, why bringing up all this past stuff about uh, James Bond, even though it is the same person, just a different actor, and they even nod that I wonder if this happened to the other fellow, which you are James Bond. You're not another fellow unless you're gonna do something like a clone or a copycat in the overall in the arc of things. At least to me, because to have that direct call out and stuff like that, um, that kind of signals to me when you say that directly, it's gonna be like, this is where we're gonna go down where, he's a clone or he's a twin or something like that, or the evil twin or something. So if you are James Bond, then why are you acknowledging it? That's that sort of thing, and kind of wanted to see a kind of a plot line with that, or if anything, happen with that. Because to me, you are James Bond, whether it's a different actor or not. So I thought maybe for half a second there that we would get, that type of storyline. But no, this really did focus on, James Bond and where he goes from here after dealing with Blofeld for 2 times, and what ultimately happens, which we're gonna talk about that cliffhanger, because that cliffhanger, I I was I had a whole bunch of emotions, and not many films can make me feel stuff. A lot of people, feel things when they see movies and stuff like that. Uh, but I felt in a moment, in that exact moment that you can see in the reaction, I felt confused. I felt betrayed. I felt angry. I felt upset. I'm like, I just felt so many different emotions all at once that I just couldn't speak. I tried to speak, as you guys can clearly see at the end of the reaction there, but it's like, what what are we doing? And after editing it and processing it and watching it again, because I just got done watching it again, I can only assume that they were, maybe that George was going to continue as James Bond. And, this was going to be the next step for the franchise moving forward since Sean Connery wasn't back. And so they wanted, a cliffhanger to make people want to anticipate seeing George again in the James Bond series to find out what happens. Another thing, I think most people would say, today, at least a little bit of possible character assassination because James Bond is a bachelor. He's not going to ever get married as well. So that to me, I'm like, I kept playing it back and forth in my head about, I could see it, but I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to be angry about it or anything. But I know that the character himself or the person himself would never actually do this, not until he's like in his 60s or 70s. Just because of, I don't want to call it the chase or the thrill of, meeting new people, new interesting women and stuff like that, and can be forgive my language, a total Chad or whatever, or Tyrone. Yeah, Bond is just too much of a likable character and too charismatic and too well known, too well known of being a bachelor to ever really settle down. Although I do feel like Tracy and, Domino could actually get him to settle down. And that's what I really feel is that Tracy could actually meet him at least intellectually. But again, I think it's just me personally that really likes Domino. And so I'd have to go back and watch that movie, that movie that she's in. I think she's in Thunderstruck, or Thunderball, excuse me. And Thunderstruck, I was thinking of AC/DC there. But I'd have to go back and watch the character of Domino again to kind of get a better idea of if I think she's a good match for Bond on the other side of things besides the intellectual side of his personality. Like I said, but overall, I just think that for this, at least in many terms, I really think they focused a lot more on the romance side of things than the actual bad guy or kind of the science behind it, which I would have liked to see more of. That sort of thing. And I didn't want the film to end at that point, because at that point I was invested. I was really invested once we started to get into the lair, the people that the Blofeld had attracted, what these women were doing here. We find out a little bit, but I want to know more about how it worked and how the hypnosis worked and how the madam there got involved with Blofeld, but also just attracting these women to the research facility, quote unquote. So, but yeah, it's just I got one thing which was more of the romance side of things, but I wanted more of the planning and execution of the other side of the equation. So it kind of let me down in that area. Unless in Diamonds Are Forever, which is going to be the next film, does kind of do a continuation or, immediately after Honor Majesty Secret Service continues. And that's going to be very interesting to find out is if they're going to continue the storyline with Diamonds Are Forever, with finding Blofeld and the Madam, and the fact that Bond was married and is married, or was married for like 2, maybe 3 hours, and how that's actually going to play, if they're going to retcon that, or if they're going to say, nope, that never happened, and that's just part of in Star Wars, I think it's called, if I remember correctly, the expanded universe, but basically there are things that are canon and not canon in Star Wars, but I wonder if this is one of the things that they're going to basically not be canon moving forward in the James Bond films or not. So I'm really interested to see Diamonds Are Forever now, just because it landed on a cliffhanger, and I know Sean Connery is back, and I really want to see Sean Connery back in something. So it's going to be interesting. Just a quick side note too. I watched this with subtitles and without subtitles, and let me tell you, for me, I needed to watch it with subtitles when I was doing the reaction, because doing it without subtitles just now, I did not understand a word. Well, I shouldn't say that. If they talked really quickly, I couldn't understand what George or Tracy was saying, or sometimes Blofeld. So, that's just the quickest side. That has nothing to do with what I think of the film overall or anything like that, but it's just a, personal thing, I guess you could say. But yeah, I just wanted more of, I didn't want less romance. I wanted more of the action side, the science, the planning, the preparation, the getting trapped, which brings me to the fight choreography. I am kind of the pace of the fights and just the overall editing of the fights, which I don't know about you guys, but I found it very, very hard to concentrate on the to actually see what was going on during the fights in this one. I don't know. I think it was due to the editing and how quickly they would go from shot to shot while a fight was going on, but I absolutely did not care for. The fights were cool in some regards, as far as actually getting to see them finish out a move, but then they would cut the camera real quick to another action that they did, and I just, my eyes couldn't keep up and my brain couldn't keep up on, from A to B to C to D to E, and that's how we got this guy out or landed, or how this guy got punched out. Even when going frame by frame, it still was pretty difficult for my brain to register what was going on in that fight. And that's just a personal thing. If you like that quick smashing type of fighting, more power to you. I smash cut type of fighting, and just overall, more power to you. But I would like to actually see the fight choreography, see the guy get punched, see what leads to the next move or fight. It's just that they did it so quickly that my brain couldn't keep up, my eyes couldn't keep up with each action that was taken. I really liked some of the shots in this, especially when we get to the mountain and the helicopters and the patrol of the helicopters at the very when he first gets there, and then also I really like the just the kind of sunset and the photography there. I really like some of those shots and sequences of shots that really made this absolutely beautiful. To me, at least, I really liked that, and I called it out because I just thought the shots were absolutely beautiful, especially for 1969, and that sort of thing, and what they were able to capture. So that was just really good to me. The um, so I again, and George's performance really wasn't. I thought it was good, and I thought it was better than some of the replacements that we get today for replacing characters and stuff. And I'm just trying to figure out why um, Sean didn't want to come back, or why he didn't return for this one, but all the main supporting cast characters did come back um, in one way or another. So I just kind of wonder what the story is behind that. I'm probably gonna have to look that up at some point just to see, just because I'm curious. Um, but what I would like to know is kind of your guys' reaction when you saw it in theaters, and just kind of what your overall thoughts are with the film in itself. I think he only starred in one of the James Bond films. He's actually still alive today too. Uh, George is, so it's. I thought I thought he did a pretty good job. The one thing that you'll notice in the reaction too is I believe that he said lines that James Bond would say, but the delivery just seemed off to me, of how you actually deliver and execute those lines. And it's just, you know, it's nothing personal against him or anything. It's just the way that, you know, a person is, or the way a person speaks, just like I'm speaking to you guys now. It's just the way and the cadence and the way that a person speaks. You could like it, you could dislike it. It is what it is. Um, but he actually did a pretty good job. It's, um, I thought. My only issue is probably just, there were a few lines that maybe James Bond wouldn't say, but also at the same time, you got to give credit to the writers where it's due. And, he was told to say these lines and stuff like that. It's just kind of the delivery of those lines that either are a hit or miss for me at times. There are a few one-liners in here that I really liked. Like, he had a lot of guts, and there was one other one that I really liked. I liked the eating the chicken part, and also um, uh, the thing with I forget her name, but the um, lady that's kind of well, there's a lady that's scared with chickens, and then I forget what the other lady is. The other lady that he had relations with the other night. They're all there for different reasons. Again, I think that's one of the things that could improve the film is if they focused more on possibly um, the just what each individual lady had that would be important to the story. I know that one lady that was scared of chickens, and that other one was, but I would have liked to know more about the science and the stuff behind it. I know it's not the point of these films. These films are action, or in this case, kind of more romance based form, but it's still. I think it's kind of still important. But these are just my thoughts, guys. You may agree or disagree with them. Let me know down in the comments below if you disagree with my take. But this is just my thoughts after watching and editing it and putting it together for you guys that I've accumulated over the past 3 or 4 days of watching on Her Majesty's Secret Service. But I'm happy to report that Sean Connery will be back in Diamonds Are Forever. And let me know if you think it's going to be a continuation or so on and so forth. And that's kind of all my general thoughts. I feel like I'm forgetting something with Blofeld, and that might be just the why he's so obsessed with wanting. I know he wants to be considered part of this family, but I'm not exactly sure why he needs to prove that he's part of this family. But anyway, that could be another thing I'm missing entirely, and they did say it in there. But anyway, guys, these are just my thoughts after watching On Her Majesty's Secret Service. We're gonna see what they do if they continue the storyline that they had created with George here, or if they're going to basically keep a few things, but also retcon a few things as well. And like I said, guys, let me know what your reaction was in theaters. If you were around then, and just what was the overall feeling of not seeing Sean Connery in the Bond films for this one. And let me know if it was actually due to the response of him not being in it that made him return, or if he just needed a break from the James Bond series to do something else. I'm very curious to know that. But anyway, guys, these are just my thoughts and my questions for you guys. Let me know what your reaction was, and let me know if you guys want to see more of the James Bond series. And I plan to do more James Bond as time goes on, so definitely stick around for that, and do like, comment, and subscribe, because I will be doing more James Bond in the future. If you would, stick around with me, and we'll get right on that for you. With that, guys, thank you for commenting, and subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot. I'm going to try and be more active with you guys as far as that's concerned. So go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next James Bond film. Until then, guys, I'll see you then. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching.